Hi everybody, and a big welcome to cEDh TV. As usual, me and Pontus. This time we're playing against Elf Cruz
Hello.
and Def.
What's up?
Bringing the commander that finished me off in top 16 in my local tournament this weekend, which was Shalal and Hallar. Yeah, it's just your basic Naya creature combo, A+B with a B in command zone lists. Bit stacks, but mostly like mid-range.
And I'm playing today my toxic control basically because over on my channel, Veil of Dev MTG, people voted what deck I should be playing, which I'm surprised that Tasha lost to Toxril. But it's a generally, I hate everything you play and I'm gonna just wipe the board Toxril list or play any of those A+B combos that are good in the mirror. Sounds like fun.
Okay, so today I'm playing Malcolm Kraum. This is a control list with Pyre of Heroes that I use with 2 CMC Pirates to find Glinthorn. I also have Niv Mizzet and Curiosity combos.
Me, I'm playing my Thrasios, Vile Smasher, basically a Valakut deck. It's containing currently 49 lands and Mana Bond and Ad Nauseam. That's what I want to do. Now let's take a look at some opening hands. This hand is pretty interesting. Like, we have a Dockside, and we have a Mystical Tutor. We have a Dockside turn 2, and then Mystical Tutor from the Dockside, and we have a Dark Confidant. Like, this is a hand that can work, but it still feels like it gets easily stuck. Like, we're depending on Dockside. Actually, we're not super depending. Like, turn 2 Dark Confidant. I'm gonna keep this, actually. Like, a turn 2 Dockside or a turn 2 Dark Confidant is pretty okay. And we have, like I said, Mystical Tutor. We have an Offer you can't refuse, and we have a Pyroblast in our hand. So, depending on how much Dockside will do on our turn 2, it could be pretty good. If Dockside doesn't do anything, we have a backup plan in Dark Confidant. So it's fine. And we have the Tutor for Adnos. So this hand will develop into something, and we have different pathways we can go forward with it. It's not great. It's definitely something you could mulligan. But in the end, like, it's gonna work out. So we have some good cards in our hand. It's just that the combination of cards aren't perfect, but it should work out. So we're gonna go with this. Let's take a look at what Elf Cruz is doing.
Well, this is pretty good actually already because we got lands, Mox Time, Sim Spirit Guide, get a Malcolm. We want a Malcolm. And then Kraum, I don't know, turn 2 or 3. I think that's good enough. Malcolm turn 1, all good.
Yeah, so this hand is great if we had command card advantage in our command zone, which we don't. Almost a turn 1 commander, but we have no game plan, and our commander doesn't draw us cards, and our commander doesn't grow in size or anything, so we would be completely reliant on top decks, and that's not really something I want to gamble on, so I will mulligan this, but this looks great at first glance. Once again, we have a lot of mana, but nothing to use it on. At least we have a card to cast this turn, but still we don't really have a game plan in this hand, so I'll go to 6. Perfectly fine. I think I'm keeping this because we don't really have very good hands in the same way you would like want to have. In other deck, we can't like mulligan for like a turn 1 wheel or a turn 1 Ristic or a turn 1 naus or like anything like that. Turn 1 Esper or Deafening Silence depending on what we need. We have a Elderdimer's Call to find a combo outlet for when we want to combo. We have a Solitude. Like this is a perfectly solid hand, and bottoming the Altar of Bone because we just need 1 creature tutor. Go ahead, Death.
That's not good at all. Especially with this in hand and no way to get it out. Let's look at second 7. It's even worse. Where are all my lands? We do have the Fastest, we have Wish Claw, we have a Notion Thief. No, I feel like we need to go to 5. Not happy about it, but everybody will be expecting Toxril, and then I Meteor Massacre their little creatures out, so it's gonna be fine. This Swamp will go to the bottom. We're gonna have a 5, and we're gonna either have a good or a very bad time.
Draw a card for turn. I'm gonna play this Triumph land tapped and pass.
That was fast. Draw for turn. Misty. I'm gonna go to 39. Get a Volcanic Island. Play Mox Diamond. Discarding Flutter Strand. Exile Sim Spirit Guide. Cast Malcolm. Pass the turn.
Land for turn would be a Varn Catacombs. I would like to fetch, finding a Savannah. Tap Savannah for a Esper Sentinel. Pass the turn.
Draw a card. Polluta Delta, fetch Underground Sea, and pass the turn.
Untap and draw a card. I'm gonna play this mountain. Gonna go black, red, and dark. Confidant. Pass the turn. I'm ready to take some damage. I'm looking at that Malcolm over there.
Draw. Yeah, let's attack Mons in the air for 2.
I take 2.
Play this Cavern of Souls, naming pirates. 2 here, cast this Magda. Pass the turn.
That was a sad Esper, so I'll just tap this land for whites to cast a Deafening Silence. Pass turn.
Draw a card. Flooded Strand. I will crack the fetch. Put me this beautiful Phyrexianized island. And then I will just do the ye old pass the turn.
So I'll untap and Dark Confidant will trigger. I will reveal a mountain. So I lose 0 life and then I draw a card for turn. So Dockside isn't making an explosive amount of mana for me. Currently it's making like 4. But I kind of want to develop my Thrasios here and also pass turn with some interaction available to me. Because Pyroblast is able to destroy Malcolm if he actually puts his Glinthorn into play, which could be very scary because he has a Cavern of Souls, so he has protection for his Glinthorn. So I kind of want to be able to actually interact with that. I also kind of want to put my Valakut into play right now, and with my Dockside I'm able to develop Thrasios and a lot of other value and just keep up the speed. I'm gonna tap this and cast a Wild Growth onto my red land here, mountain. Esper Sentinel can draw a card. You feel behind. You need more than 1 land. Then I'm gonna tap this and generate a green and cast a Dockside Extortionist. Dockside generates 4 treasures. I will use 2 of that and put a Thrasios into play. And then I will make a land drop, which is this tapped Valakut. I'm gonna punch death for just 2 damage with my Dark Confidant.
I will take it with glee.
And then I pass the turn.
And draw. Inventor's Fair. Cast Kraum. Combat. Let's go Kraum and Malcolm at 2 and Magda at death. Make a treasure with Magda.
So I'm being currently punched for 6, which is a bunch. And I am an Adnos deck, so I do care about this life total. It's like something I don't want to lose. And this is something that is in general just going to continue. Now I actually have something of like the win, kinda, depending on how you look at it. I have 5 mana, and I have a Mystical Tutor, which I can use to find Adnos, and then I put a land into play, and I have 6 mana, so that's Mystical Tutor and Adnos on the same turn, and boom, I can win the game. However, there's a Deafening Silence in play. I have a Boseiju who endures, so I'm gonna be able to remove the Deafening Silence without a problem, but I don't have enough mana to do that together by casting Mystical Tutor and Adnos on this turn. Utilizing Pyroblast to destroy Kraum though is actually losing me interaction, and it's not something you really want to do. However, if I want to go the longer game here, I kind of need to destroy that thing. I don't really think I care that much about Toxril. I'm saying that now and I might regret that upon later when I just realized. I think in the end we're gonna take the 6 damage. It's not something I want to do. I can really see a world where you actually interact here and destroy that thing in my position, as I am on Adnos, and I think I want to go for like a longer game potentially too. But it's very risky this early to just use one very good interaction against like a 4/4 flying, just because you don't want to take damage.
Create my second treasure. Pass turn here.
Land for turn will be this Flooded Strand. Tinderwall. Fetch with my Flooded Strand. Finding a plateau. Exile this Elder Spirit Guide to cast my commander.
Okay, Crown trigger.
Pass the turn.
I will draw. I will play this Morphic Pool untapped, and then I'm gonna be a big surprise to everyone and pass the turn.
What are you doing?
Drawing nothing.
Dark Confidant will trigger, which is a Bloodstained Mire, so that's a land that goes to my hand, no life loss, and I will draw a card for turn. Play this Bloodstained Mire, and here I pass the turn.
Draw. Play this Exotic Orchard. Magda at death. Malcolm and Kraum at Mons.
I should have done this previous turn, I guess, but it feels so wrong and it feels so right. Here we Pyroblast the Kraum. I don't want to take that damage. I am paying for Esper Sentinel.
Kraum is dead.
I take 2.
Can I cast this Starfleet Daredevil? With the trigger, I'm gonna get that Pyroblast. Cast the Pyroblast. Pay for Esper Sentinel. My target will be Thrasios.
I will sacrifice this Bloodstained Mire in response. I will find a volcanic island. And I'm gonna use 1 treasure and activate Thrasios in response before he dies. Looking at the top, don't want to have this. I'm gonna put this to the bottom of my library and reveal to class a Soul Ring. Soul Ring to hand, and then Thrasios dies to my own Pyroblast.
I will pass the turn.
Land for turn will be this Poseidon. Then I would like to move to combat. Swing Shalal and Hallar at Mons for 3 in there.
I take 3.
Then I will pass my turn. This Esper hasn't been kind to me.
My deck hasn't been kind to me either.
It's we that are unkind to you, and we're paying our taxes.
I will draw for turn. I'll play this Spire of Industry. I'll play this Wishclaw Talisman. And you can draw a card. And that's about all you will get from me. I will pass the turn.
Dark Confidant trigger revealing. Ouch! I naus to hand. I will draw another card. So, well, they were already attacking me to begin with, so I don't know if it actually matters. But now the trick is revealed. I have the Adnos in hand, and I took 5 damage for it. Great! Casting Adnos, and even if Adnos gets countered, it's revealed to the class that Adnos has been used. And they don't need to punch me anymore. If Adnos stays in my hand, they're gonna keep punching me. So I'm actually gonna fire off the Adnos, and even if it actually is counterspelled, I think I'm gonna protect it, because I will draw value from it. This is a very good Adnos deck, but I kind of want to throw it out. I really want it to be gone from my hand right now, because I will die to these guys. Like, they are punching pretty good here. So I'm gonna cast Adnos, using a treasure, not paying for Esper Sentinel. Go ahead and draw a card, Pontus.
I pass. I mean, like...
I'm the undeaf, so I will pass on it.
Alright, we've been punched a tiny bit. So, 21 life. Here we go. 1. 0. 0. Land. 1. Land. Nice. Guy's Cradle. 1. Very low life. 1. So right now, we could, in theory, win the game, so to say. We could just keep digging until we hit Mana Bond and Poseidon who endures. And then we have the win, more or less, because we cast Gaia's Cradle, and then Poseidon, and then we have mana to just do a little bit more stuff, and so to say. However, I am at 16 life. I was started at 21. I've currently lost 5. If I keep digging further and I don't hit it, I'm dead. So we could go for it. We could, like, live the dream. But at this point, I've already accumulated a bunch of value. And we did throw out the Adnos from our hand, very importantly. So I think we're just gonna stay where we're at, to stay safe. I will put this Gaia's Cradle into play, discarding to hand size, and passing the turn.
Draw. Let's go Shivan Reef, land for turn, to combat.
There, that guy.
So Magda at Death, Malcolm at Mons, and Dire Fleet at Death as well. So trigger Magda, get a treasure.
No effects and no blocks.
I take 2.
Make 2 more treasures. Cast this Lotus Petal. You can draw Pontus. I will just pass the turn here.
I have an effect in your end step. I will cast this Aladar's Call. I'll find the dockside. I would like to move to my turn.
Get 5 treasures. Use 5 treasures, activate Magda. Get a Niv Mizzet in play.
So still in your end step, I'm gonna Red Elemental Blast that Big Dragon.
I get a trigger, Niv Mizzet. Ping the Esper Sentinel. Yeah, Niv Mizzet is dead.
Go to my turn. Land for turn will be this command tower. Cast the dockside. Dockside ETB on stack.
I'm going to crack 2 treasures and my Lotus Petal. I'm gonna get triple blue.
Dockside ETB, I'll make 3 treasures, I believe.
I'm gonna use this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Overload the Sack Rift.
I will respond. Pyroblast. Pyroblast counters. Continue moving to combat. I will hit Mons for 3.
I take 3.
Pay 3 mana. Cast this Phyrexian Sensor. Pass my turn.
Everybody ready? The City of Brass for the turn. I'm gonna lose 1 life. I'm gonna cast this Meathook Massacre X equals 3. So what happens is the Meathook will come and give each creature -3/-3. Since none of my creatures die, I don't gain. Nobody loses life. But creatures you guys I killed, I gain life for each of them. I pass turn.
No Dark Confront, untap and draw card. Tropical Island, land drop. Let's rebuild. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thrasios. And then I pass.
And cast Kraum. Any other Pyroblast or Red Elemental Blast, Mons?
No, I use them both.
Yeah, Mons. Let's go for linearity.
I
And
take
that's
4.
my turn.
Go to my turn. So we're still not completely out of it. Once we get our commander down, we still have the Court of Calling. We just need like mana like to set up again. That board wipe did set us back quite a bit. We kind of need to reset the Thrasios a couple of times to have Mons not run away with this game. Because once he gets going with Valakut, it's really hard to stop him, actually. So here I have the choice of either casting a Sylvan Safekeeper, which does nothing, or keep up mana to hard cast Solitude, which isn't that good either, but it's a decent body, and having a creature in play helps for Court of Calling, and if we upkeep Tutor for a Jeweled Lotus, we can still cast our commander next turn. So I think that is the best play for us. So while it looks kind of weird, I'm just gonna pass with all my mana up.
Draw for turn. So I'm gonna do the yield. I will pass the turn.
In your end step, I'm gonna cast a Mystical Tutor. I will find a life from the loam and put it on top of my library. Then I will go to my turn and draw the life from the loam. Cast a life from the loam. I'm gonna find these 3 lands and put them into my hand. Put this mountain into play, and then I pass turn.
Let's in my Ireland for turn. And I'm gonna get a Steam Vent. A shock that. Combat. Mons. Kraum at you.
What have I done to you? I take 4.
So no blocks. Before damage, try to flash this Ophidian Eye in Kraum.
I'm gonna activate Thrasios and take a look at the... Oh, it's a Biomaster's Familiar. I will take it to my hand. And then I take 4.
Trigger Ophidian Eye. Cast Malcolm. And pass the turn.
So the only way for me to guarantee to get out my commander next turn would be to spend this Enlightened Tutor. But if I do, I don't have a white card in hand for Solitude anymore. So if I cast my commander, I don't have the ability to cast Solitude because I will not draw a white card because I know what I tutor for, which will be a artifact. We kind of need to make a decision here. Either we do the same as last turn and just hope we draw a land, but then once again, we're tapping out to cast our commander, which isn't optimal. So I think what I'll do here is actually just tutor for a Sol Ring, cast a Sol Ring, and then continue keeping up a Solitude. And unless someone kills Thrasios in response to Biomass Familiar, I'll have to do it myself. So we're taking the long way round here, but I think that's our only option, because once Mons gets those into play, we won't have the power on board to kill him over time. So I think we really need to respect this threat. Hopefully I'm not alone. Hopefully I can do something else with my mana. Not that I have that many options. But yeah, let's find a Sol Ring. Developing mana is always good. I will tap a white to cast the Enlightened Tutor. Finding a Sol Ring. Then I'd like to move to my turn. Cast a Sol Ring. To cast a Sylvan Safekeeper. Kraum can draw. Pass my turn.
Pontus, I'm gifting you my Wish Club with 2 counters on it. I will find this card. I will cast my 1 non-creature spell, which would be a Jeweled Lotus. Crack the Lotus. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lose a life. Bring out the one and only Toxril the Corrosive. Deathwalking Terror incoming. I would like to go to end step. Trigger Toxril. All of you get slimed on. And I gain 1 life for Sylvan Safekeeper dying.
I will play this Cinderglade as a land drop. It's a mountain. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mountains. So next mountain will be a Valakut trigger. I'll tap it for green. We'll cast this Burgeoning. And then would like to pass to end step, where we're gonna trigger Toxril, the Corrosive.
Get another life and another slug.
Untap. Draw. Attempt to attack you once.
I will take 2.
Pass the turn.
Before you actually go through and we start to trigger the Toxril, I will cast Chain of Vapor on Toxril, because I don't want my Thrasios to die.
Cool. I will put Toxril into my hand, prize my island, and get my Wish Claw back in my hand.
The chain can stop chaining.
Proceeds to my end step.
In your end step, I will tap 5 mana to cast this Solitude. Exile Thrasios.
Activate Thrasios, looking at the top. I'm sending this to the bottom. Revealing a Veil of Summer, draw that. And then I have no further effects, it goes off.
You gain a life.
I do need that.
I'll recast my commander. Pass the turn.
I'm gonna cast this Ristic Study. It's beautiful Judge promo. I'll be the pacifist. I'll not attack. I'll pass turn.
So this is crazy. Everyone can kill me, but everyone wants me alive. No one wants me to win, but everyone wants me alive. I feel so appreciated. I'm gonna go ahead and draw a card for turn. I'm at everyone's mercy. I have interacted a little bit with everyone, but here we go. I'm gonna put this land into play. It's a mountain. I'm gonna trigger Valakut. I'm gonna kill Pontus Commander.
You don't want to do that. I'm just telling you.
I'm gonna figure out a way to kill your other creature and survive this.
So
The other wants to keep me alive.
I'm just telling you, you shouldn't do this.
Why not?
The threat is out there. Do you still want to go through with this?
I can't find blockers. I don't think they're killing me. Death could have killed me. If Death didn't kill me now, he wants me alive because I have interaction. I am valuable. I have value in this game apparently.
So you are targeting my commander with Valakut?
Yes. Oh wait, are you actually? Do you have like a deflecting spot? I'm doing this anyway.
Would I target?
So which one of my many counter spells are we using? Here you go. You can have 2 treasures. I'm paying for Rhystic Study.
I pass on offer.
Offer resolves. I survive.
I make 2 treasures. Shalal and Hallar dice.
I'm casting Vile Smasher. Kraum can draw a card, and I'm paying for Rhystic Study. Then I'm following up by casting a Biomancer's Familiar. Also this time, once again, paying for Rhystic Study. Like a boss. Then I pass turn.
So let's go. So much mana.
Cruz, see how much good I'm doing this game, right? See how much good I'm doing. I'm paying my taxes, and I'm interacting with Pontus. Please don't kill me.
How many cards do you have in hand, Mons?
I have 5 cards in hand. I can reveal a bunch. This one, Vamp Tutor, can't cast it.
Yeah, attack, death for 4 in the air.
Hit me.
Trigger, Ophidian. Draw. Fire Islet into play. Pass the turn.
4 mana. Cast this Emil. Emil resolves. Move to combat, but I'll just move straight out of combat. Pass turn.
I'm gonna play this Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. We all have swamps. I will cast Wishclaw once more. And then I will do the old pass the turn.
I'm gonna cast a 6 mana Thrasios. Rhystic Study can draw a card. While Smasher triggers and deals 2 damage to Death. Thrasios resolves. I'm gonna put this land, Smoldering Marsh, into play and trigger my Valakut, dealing 3 damage to Death's face. And then I pass turn.
Go to turn 10. This is crazy. First, let's move to combat. Attack, death in the air with Kraum.
I see where this is going, but I will take it.
So trigger Ophidian. Draw. Cast Phantasmal Image.
I will tap Soul Ring, sacrifice a treasure. I would like to flicker my Solitude. Solitude ETB, I'd like to exile the Thrasios. I just don't want Cruz to have a Thrasios as well. I'm not out grinding both 2 Thrasioses and with one with the Valakut.
Here we're gonna do that eventually. I'm in response. We're gonna have some activations, so tapping this for 3 mana, activating Thrasios, looking at the top. Bell Pierce can go to the bottom of my library, Meltdown to my hand. I will tap this and use the floating from my hand here and activate him again. Looking at the top, that can go to the bottom and reveal a Mr. Rainforest into play tapped. I will activate him a 3rd time. Looking at the top, Mountain. We can put Mountain into play. I'm gonna kill the Solitude because eventually I'm gonna have to deal with Solitude. So yeah, this is the time to kill Solitude. Solitude dies, or 3 damage to Solitude from Valakut.
I think I want a Emil. Mana Crypt. Yeah, I'm gonna pay for Rhystic Premier. I'm gonna just pass the turn.
Go to my turn, untap draw. That's awkward. I'll just pass my turn.
I will play this Urza Saga, land, counter.
You pass the turn, Def.
Yeah, sure.
Untap and draw a card. Here comes an 8 mana Thrasios. And I'm paying for Rhystic Study. Vile Smasher trigger and I deal 2 damage to Death. I will play this Dwarven Mine, which will trigger Valakut. It will create a dwarf, but I will send my Valakut trigger against the Phantasmal Image Emil the Blessed, which will trigger itself and make the Phantasmal Image Emil the Blessed sacrifice itself. And then I pass the turn.
End of turn, I'm gonna just crack this very islet here. It's not doing anything for me. To draw a card. Move to my turn, I will untap Okay, so I go with heads. I'm gonna click 1. So I flipped heads. Don't take any damage. Draw for turn. Let's play this training center. Land for turn. I'd like to move to combat. Okay, Pontus. Now present your arguments. Why you think? Well, I know that Mons is it's threatening, but I have a problem with that Wish Claw and Ristic. It's difficult
Yeah, like
to control.
I understand that, but you see how Mons will activate Thrasios 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, like before his next turn, and then next turn he'll activate an additional 5 times with a Valakut in play. And if he finds any good card, he will start killing the board and killing us.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong already is that he has enough resources to just kill your Kraum if you attack him. That's the problem, because we gave him too much space.
I see your point. How many cards do you have in hand now, Mons? 7 probably.
6. Because of Deafening Silence, I can interact with most things Def is doing, because I have still a swan song in my hand that can interact with Def.
Yeah, remember. Yeah. And you got a Flusterstorm.
And I got a Flusterstorm, so yeah.
So, yeah, I know that. That's why actually I'm interested to keep you around there. Definitely Silence, and you have that.
I feel so valuable.
Because once he gets too much space, he's just gonna run away with the game instead. Like from next turn, you'll never be able to kill him with Kraum. You're probably already too late for you to kill him with Kraum, to be perfectly honest, because we gave him too much space.
So what's the point for me to go attacking him?
Because this is your last shot. You have to take the gamble that he misses his Thrash activations, or you never get there.
I may be wrong here. I feel that Death also has a lot of interactions, but that did not do anything this game.
The problem is interaction doesn't hit Mons.
Attack, Death, 4 in the air.
It's your funeral.
Trigger Ophidian Eye. Draw card.
This card I have effects at the end. So I'm gonna cast Mystical Tutor. I'm gonna go and find a Demonic Consultation.
Go to my turn. To combat. Mons, would you like to take 4?
I'm gonna, in response, before blocker's option, activate this to generate 4 mana, and activate Thrasios once first. Looking at this, that's a mountain. So I will put 3 damage at your Emil, and then with other activation, this will go to the bottom, and I will flip into a Steam Vent, comes to play tapped, and I will kill Emil.
Emil is dead. I will pass turn.
I would like to cast Alchemist Retrieval, Cleaved, at the end of your turn to return Deafening Silence back to your hand.
This I'm gonna tap Cavern and Inventosphere. I'm gonna Brineborn Cutthroat. It's just a pirate. It's flash.
I will reveal that I have a Flusterstorm in my hand, but as it currently is, you cast that spell, I cast my Flusterstorm. He will still be able to pay for the Flusterstorm. So, I mean...
So 1, 2... Okay, I can cast one more spell because that's a cast a creature. Slipped out the back. So, yeah, I'm gonna target Biomancer's Familiar because Thrasios can hold some pay for Ristic.
Now that we have cast a bunch of spells, I'm gonna follow up with a Flusterstorm because now the count is 4 mana, which is something Death doesn't have. So on a Flusterstorm, you're Alchemist Retrieval.
It gets countered. Mons, I'm gonna attack you with 2 slugs.
No matter what happens, I will die. I will take the damage, so I'm gonna block them so they're gone and take 2 damage because when they die, everyone loses life, right?
I will tap my Urza Saga to activate Witchclaw Talisman. I'd like to give it to you, Pontus, again. Can I go tutor for a card? I found my card. Pay 4 extra life to Toxic Deluge the whole board.
Flusterstorm that. Paying for Ristic.
Pass the turn.
I will untap and draw a card. I will regain my Biomancer's Familiar. I'm gonna play this Wooded Foothills as a land drop. Now, because of Urborg, I can actually tap them for mana. I can't crack these, but I can tap them. Attack with everything I have at Def. Def, I'm smacking you for a total of 6.
I'll take.
I'm gonna cast Meltdown, and I'm gonna make X equals 3, which is gonna destroy... No, X equals 2, which is gonna destroy the Witchclaw Talisman, and I'm also paying for the Ristic Study. So I'm board wiping every artifact on CMC 2 or less. I rolled a 6 on my Vice Smasher, which means that Def is taking 3 damage. Then I pass the turn.
Use 1, 2, 3, paying for Ristic. You already cast your non-creature spell this turn, right, Mons? So before moving phases, I'm gonna cast a Delayed Blast Firewall.
That will kill me. So we're going to activate Thrasios a bunch. Demonic Tutor. That's sad. Going to the bottom of library. Revealing a mountain. I am getting a mountain into play. Dealing 3 damage to Kraum. Second activation. Tabernacle. Moving that to the bottom. We need to find an interaction. Vesuva. Putting Vesuva into play as a copy of Valakut. Activating once more. Revealing this Kraum Mox. Putting that to the bottom. I think we're gonna die here. That is not going to work. Mental Misstep to hand. Activating again. The Fright Shaman goes to the bottom, revealing a mountain. I will kill Kraum and your other creature there, Elf Cruise. Because I have 2 Valakuts now, because of Vesuva. Activating Valak again, finding another mountain, but we need to find counterspells, putting that on the bottom. Flipping into a forest. Nothing. Thrasios again, flipping into Molten, goes to the bottom. Ursa's to hand. Land goes to bottom. And last activation, is this a pact? Goes to bottom. Reveal a Ragavan, and I die!
Everything was under control. Everything is planned. Okay, so each of you lose 2 as well.
No, once he's dead, his turn is moving to combat, so he's just not there. I will tap 2 and 4, use the 3 floating to cast this Court of Calling. X is 4.
Let exile in this Halo Forager. In 1.
I can reveal that it was scaring you Red Terror, and I was just gonna beat until you died. that was the plan.
Put my turn. Untap. Wow. At least I have mana. So let's go City of Traitors. Cast Kraum. Move to combat and attack you. Death.
Down to 5.
Pass the turn.
Move to my turn. That's a do nothing card, but I think it's something I should be casting. I will tap 3 to cast a Manglehorn, and I'll pass turn.
Draw my card for turn. It will get sacrificed. I will go searching for an artifact 0 or 1. Tap Soul Ring. Well, Death will only do one thing and make everybody sad. I will play my Misty Rainforest. I will go to 5. I will crack it. Watery Grave, Shocking in. Labman. Cast Demonic Consultation. I'm gonna name my commander Toxril. I have no library. I live to the edge. And maybe I will trick Cruz into winning for letting me win.
Okay, untap and draw. Before I do anything, I don't want to make a mistake. I will try to attack you, Death, in the air. I'm gonna cast this Mox Ember. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, yeah, I will pass the turn.
Oh, that's actually a relevant stop deck. I would like to cast this Mana Crypt. I would like to move to combat. Do you want to trade creatures?
No, that's fine.
Take 2. I will then resolve this card for its intended play pattern. I'll cast this Phyrexian Devourer. It might be a beater, or I might kill it. Exile the top card, and I add the counters equal to the CMC of that card. But if I go over 7, I have to sacrifice it. So I can gamble, but I'm not going to gamble now. I'm going to gamble next turn, because there's no reason to kill it before. And then I'm passing the turn.
Let's go. Draw Urza Saga. Move to combat. Attack. Pontus 6 in the air.
No blocks, take 6.
Make a tapped treasure. Pass turn.
Go to my turn. Untap, upkeep, roll for crypt. Odds is damage. Roll the 4, no damage. Draw for turn. I would like to activate Phyrexian Devourer once. I will exile a Endurance. It gets +3 power. So we might be making cEDh history here, because I think this might be the first time people are actually using Phyrexian Devourer in the intended way, by making it large and gambling a bit and then moving to combat. So I'd like to move to combat with this Phyrexian Devourer, coming at you for 6 total damage. Post-combat, I'd like to tap 2, cast this Thalia. Casting Thalia is dumb, so now I need to save myself. I will tap Mana Crypt and cast this Kraum Mox. Kraum Mox will imprint this Calamitous Wake. Pass turn.
What a game. Draw for turn. Combat. Okay, make a tapped treasure a tapped LED. Gemstone Caverns. Land for turn and just pass a turn.
Untap, upkeep, roll for crypt, odds damage, roll the 1, take 3. Draw for turn. I'd like to play this Marsh Flats. I'd like to crack this Marsh Flats. I'll find a Temple Garden, shocking it in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cast Shalal and Hallar. Oh no!
5 paying extra for Talia Mindbreak Trap hardcast.
It's exiled. Okay, then I actually need to try to win with Phyrexian Devourer. So I will activate Phyrexian Devourer. Archon. It goes up to 7 and sacrifice itself. No! No! I go to combat.
I will take 4. End of turn, I'm gonna make a construct. Wow, turn 14. Let's go. I will actually untap. Then I have an Inventosphere. I gain 1 life. A draw. I'd like to move to combat. Kraum, Malcolm in a construct that is a 7/7 construct. Malcolm and a Kraum.
I take 13. Okay, this one's for all the marbles. This became Swedish, so krona eller klave. Heads or tails? I'll choose heads, I live. So krona, I live. How do I? Oh, sing again. And I am dead!
Oh, what a game. GG! Finally, I won with my combo, Kraum and Malcolm.
Yeah, I should have killed that Kraum. The first thing I did in this game. Might have lived.
Deafening Silence, the single most dreadful card played this game. Stopped me at every interaction, except for the rest of my deck that stopped me. But you know, it happens. GG.
I just couldn't get into the game with the Valakut killing my commander at every turn, so that's how it goes. Good game.
We won, and I think we did what this deck's supposed to do, that is control the game, of course, with the help of Deafening Silence was really good for us. But in the end, yeah, our main combo in the deck, Kraum and Malcolm in the air won the game.